Good evening. We will call the Hawarden, Iowa City Council to order on Wednesday, August the 11th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. All present are staff and council and myself. Tonight, if you wish to address the council, you may do that at open business from the community, number 1C. Also, we will be having a public hearing on a final disposition of real estate property, and that is number 4A. As usual, keep your comments to under 5 minutes, please. As we start the standard agenda items, number 1A is the approval of the July 14th, 2021 regular council meeting minutes, and you've had those in your packet, council persons. Is there a motion by John?
Second.
Seconded by Tim. Rob. I had Tim on this side first, didn't I?
That's good.
Sorry, I'll get you next time. Stay with us.
Got to be fast.
Got to be fast.
Gotta be loud, I guess.
All right, thank you.
Got to. That helps.
Well, we got 2 seconds anyway. That makes it official. All in favor then of the approval of the July 14th, 2021 regular city council meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Got all of that. That passes 5-0. As we start with claims for payment for today, I will start with Rob with questions.
No question.
Okay, Jen?
No questions.
John?
None, thank you.
Travis?
None, thanks.
Tim?
None? So moved.
There's been a motion by Tim. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jen. All in favor then, please, of the August 11th, 2021 claims for payment, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Abstain.
That passes 4 with 1 abstention, please. Next is open business from the community. Does anyone wish to address the council? Hearing not, we will move on to the mayor's report for today. Now's the time for taking out papers for the upcoming election. They are available at the Hawarden City office. It was nice to be involved with the ribbon cutting this morning at Rincon Latino Family Restaurant and Bar. We wish Ozzy and his family the best with their establishment and thank them for their investment in Hawarden. The Habitat for Humanity home offers everyone an opportunity for giving and for sharing their talents. Please give some thought to assisting with this worthy project. The swimming pool will be closing soon. Our thanks to our great staff that made the summer successful at the pool. The election in regards to the sale of High Tech will be in September. Please take the time to find out all of the correct facts before you make your decision. There seems to be quite a bit of misinformation going around. Our Labor Day celebration is just around the corner. Please help to make this celebration a success. School will be starting shortly, so please welcome the new teachers and their families to our community, and remember to drive with caution as the students will be making their way to school and school activities. I stopped at the tree dump this week, as I do quite often, and was disappointed to see that someone had dumped a dresser and some chairs on the pile. Please don't abuse the tree and grass dump, which is so convenient for everyone to use. Tonight we will be appointing Kaylin Decker and reappointing Larry Gray to the Hawarden Library Board. We thank Kay Scroggs for her many years of service on the library board. And lastly, Jen Bergsma, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Many more, please. With that, we will move to staff reports. We'll start with Jacob, please.
So just getting caught back up after being gone for 3 weeks for the military and wrapping up the end of the fiscal year, making sure everything looks good, and then we're going to start with the audit. Got a lot of work that needs to be done with that before they can come here. They're looking at getting here by the end of this month to be on site.
Jacob, thanks for your service in the Army, and welcome back, and good luck with the next couple of weeks. Travis, please.
Highway 10 update. I got a call today. The crews will start milling Highway 10 in Hawarden sometime early next week on Monday-ish is the closest I got. And then they'd like to start laying the overlay on Wednesday. So once they get it milled down and swept, then they're going to come right in and start the overlay. So if you can avoid that area next week, it'd probably be a good idea. Highway 12 seal coating has been completed, if you've seen that on the way out to Baumgars. And there's no update on when the bridge work will be started at Lionett Implement. We've hired Baxter Walsh as full-time street maintenance worker. Baxter worked for us this summer as part-time, and he's proven to be dependable and hardworking. He plans to be here next council meeting early to introduce himself and meet everybody. We've started installing a few of the new electric meters for the AMI system. Customers are going to see our electric crews out replacing meters. If possible, we're going to try and use jumpers to avoid any outage that would occur if you normally pull a meter. So hopefully they won't even see any blinks when we switch them out. And lastly, DGR has begun engineering and the paving of Avenue L. I've seen a lot of paint marks and everything on Avenue L. That was so they could get all the utilities on their staking sheets and the elevations for the curbing and stormwater system. That engineering is from Avenue L from 10th Street to 20th Street. And it also includes around the hospital, Avenue M from 10th to 12th, and then 11th Street from L to M, and 12th Street from L to M. We'll break this down into sections with the hope to do all the blocks listed, but depending on the estimates and the bids that come in, we can also scale the project down to just do X amount of blocks that the cost will fit into our bonding capacity. So we're going to engineer it all, see where the bids and estimates come in. So that's all I have.
Question on Highway 10, are they going to, after they get a mill, are they going to start from the Highway 12 and then just,
Highway 12 and start working their way out of town. Yep.
thank you. Mike?
Just an item for clarification last week, or last meeting, when Dr. Harvey addressed the council and asked if the city looked into any money that the federal government's putting into broadband. We have looked into that since it first started to come out and continue to monitor it. But the money is for underserved areas where they don't have speeds of 25 Mbps download and 3 Mbps upload. We have those, so we do not qualify for that money or meet the limits that they're looking for an underserved area. On I-29, there's a new sign, a new Hawarden sign. Chamber Development has updated that billboard on I-29 by the Beersford exit, so if you get by there, pay attention to that, and it looks good. On Monday, as Rick pointed out, the swimming pool will close on Monday, August 16 at 4 o'clock, and I too want to thank Jalen and all the lifeguards for their work throughout this hot summer. And then the Northwest Iowa Development Partner Meeting is being held at our community center on September 9 from 11:30 to 1. It's a catered meal. Debbie Durham from the state, she's the State Economic Development Director, will be the featured speaker. I know Governor Reynolds and Congressman Feenstra have also been invited, but they haven't got clarification of whether they'll be there or not. So everyone, you're all invited, so let me know if you want to go, and I'll put in an RSVP. So that is it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pickner, anything over there?
Nope, I don't have anything.
Okay, that's always good, thank you. Corey?
Police department's just working with different entities, getting ready for the Labor Day festivities and the demolition derby. And also, there's going to be a street dance over in Ironton as well, and we're coordinating things with them so everything can be done safely.
Good, thank you for that. Any comments from council or questions for staff before we continue? Okay, we will move on to other agenda items, appointment of Kaylin and reappointment of Larry. And when I visited with Maddie at the Hawarden Library one day, and she said she had someone to appoint to the library board, and had mentioned that Kaylin had just come into the library and asked for something that she can volunteer to do. She was interested in giving back to the community, just being here at the city, newlywed and newly residing here, so that's exciting. thank you so much for offering that, and thank you so much for taking this appointment to the Hawarden Library Board. I would invite you up here to give you the oath of office. Can you go a little higher? Don't trip, I've done that before. If you please raise your right hand and read your oath of office.
I, Caitlin Decker, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all the duties of Library Board for the City of Hawarden as now or hereafter required by law.
Thank you so much. Step right over here. Sign that one if you would, and sign. This one. Yes, it is. You get to keep that. That's your pay for the.
For however many years.
That's it. That's all we got. Budgeted anyways.
Okay, and this one you keep with the pen.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
It's not your first rodeo with that, and we appreciate you volunteering to re-up. So if you raise your right hand and read your oath of office.
I, Larry Gregg, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all the duties of the Library Board for the City of Hawarden as now or hereafter required by law.
All right, thank you so much.
Turn it. No, it's two-handed. You can have the pen. You're welcome, and this one. Thank you, Larry.
Watch yourself. As anyone knows that goes to the library from our community or the area around, we have a fabulous Hawarden library here. And it starts with the library board with their visions and their passion, and it continues on to the great library staff. So thank you again for your interest in the Hawarden Community Library. We move on to agenda item number 4. Number 4A is a public hearing on the final disposition of public real estate, CFE property exchange. I will open this public hearing. Anyone have comments in regards to this final disposition of real estate? Mike, things have all been worked out?
Yes, they got a satisfactory agreement. We've received no comments, written or verbal.
Okay. Any comments in regards from anyone here tonight for this? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing, which moves us then to Resolution 2021-32, authorizing the final disposition of real estate. Is there a motion for Resolution 2021-32?
So moved.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jen. Roll call vote, please, for Resolution 2021-32.
Olson.
Aye.
Bergsma.
Aye.
Kurth. Feldhecker.
Aye.
Clucky. Aye.
On a 5-0 roll call vote, Resolution 2021-32 passes. We again thank them for their investment in our community. That would be forthcoming. Agenda item number 5, resolution of 2133, proposing to vacate an alley and dispose of real estate property with Chris Woodley. Give us an overview of that. It sounds like it's one of those that half the stuff's already in the alleyway.
It is another one of those. I provided you a map and I put it overhead. If you look at Mr. Woodley's lot, about a third of his garage and all of his fence are already into the alley. We have no public use for that alley, no utilities or anything that run through. He has approached us to purchase that, so everything is on his property. We did contact the neighbor to the south to see if there was any interest on her part to purchase half. She said no, she has no interest in it. So we would recommend as staff that we set the public hearing and sell that to Mr. Woodley.
And that'll be at the, kind of the standard price that we have been doing?
Yes, we've been doing 42 cents a square foot. I think at some point, we're going to have to figure out if that's still a good price or if we should have gone up. When they raised all of our lot prices this past year, maybe that should go up some, but
Yeah, that's been in place for a number of years.
yes.
Okay. Is there a motion for Resolution 2021-33, which was to publish notice and public hearing for this property?
So moved.
Moved by Jen. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Rob. Got that one. Thank you. All in favor, excuse me, roll call vote then for Resolution 2021-33.
Clucky. Aye. Feldbecker.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Bergsma.
Aye.
Kurth.
On a 5-0 roll call vote, Resolution 2021-33 passes. Agenda item number 6 is much like agenda item number 5, although we're dealing with property with Terry and Cindy Waterman on 2021 Avenue F.
Correct. Kind of the same kind of situation. They approached the city to see if they could buy that alley. They own both adjacent properties to the north and to the south. Thought it would, they do have a fence that encroaches on there. Thought it would just clean up that whole area, and they have a desire to purchase that alley and combine it into, I believe, the north lot. There again, we have no utilities running through there, no useful purpose for that alley, and we'd recommend that that one be sold as well.
So moved.
It's been a motion by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Jen. This is for Resolution 2021-34, again publishing a notice of public hearing for the property. Roll call vote then, please, for Resolution 2021-34.
Kurth.
Aye.
Bergsma.
Aye.
Feldbecker.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Clucky. Aye.
On a 5-0 roll call vote, Resolution 2021-34 passes. Certainly nice to get all of these properties cleaned up
Yes.
and much better legally, I believe. Agenda item number 7, application for the approval of the special events application for John Storm and Dwayne Jurens for the demolition derby. They have taken this project on.
Yeah, the Hawarden Derby Club expressed an interest not to continue having the Derby this year. So for a while there, it was to the point of we weren't having one. John Storm and Dwayne Jurens have stepped up and want to host the Derby. In your packet is the application and some information on the demolition derby. Talked to John today. I have the application for insurance, but I don't have the actual certificate yet. So if we pass this lease, I would have it pending on he produces a certificate of insurance. Talked to him today, told him that's the way I would approach it tonight, since we don't have another council meeting before then.
And this is much like we've gone with using that area for showing us.
Yes, we did it last year with our demolition derby and tractor pull, and so we retain control over it for the whole year, except for 2-week periods when somebody wants to use it for something. We feel that way we can open it up to more people, more different groups, rather than have one particular group lease it and then they got to get permission from that other group.
Nice way to do it, I believe. Is there a motion for the approval of the special events application and agreement?
So moved.
Moved by Rob, is there a second?
Subject to proof of insurance, right?
Subject to proof of insurance, correct. Thank you, Mr. Pickner. Is that correct, Rob?
Yes, that's correct.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by John. All in favor then of the approval of the special events application and harmless agreement, subject to certificate of insurance, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 5-3. We wish them the best with the demolition derby. It's the time of year that we do annual bad debt write-offs. Jacob, you want to address that, or Mike?
Yep. So as you guys can see, some of the numbers are a little bit higher for ambulance. That's due to more rides, but it's the same stuff. It's our contracts with the insurance to write off that, so we include all that amount in here. We actually did really well in the utilities compared to like last year. Let's see, $93. And then you got the ambulance down there, although that 93 that's the money we received that we wrote off last year. Sorry, I got small writing. But yeah, I mean, it was like less than $500 for utilities, which is awesome. Still comparably to last year's 5,000. Yeah, the big numbers are all due to the ambulance, and those are all contracted in as write-offs for us, so.
And our front staff people work very well with our consumers.
Our front office staff, they deserve a lot of credit for staying on top of some of these and the collection of these, and I know for them sometimes it can get stressful, but they do a fantastic job of trying to collect the non-pays. Some of them go to the offset program and things like that. So just because we write these off don't mean that we just put them away and don't ever collect them. We continue through the collection process, but this cleans up our books for the years.
Is there a motion for approval of the annual bad debt write-offs?
So moved.
Moved by John, is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jen. All in favor of the annual bad debt write-offs, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes 5-0. We have a large consent agenda tonight from liquor licenses for Sportsman's and Waddy's, the other bar, and Midwest Steakhouse and Fraternal Order of the Eagles, and 2 transfer liquor license. The community center is busy.
Yes.
That's good. That's a
That is
blessing
good,
for our
yes.
community. Paperwork is all in, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be here.
Correct.
Okay, is there a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved.
Moved by John, is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jen. All in favor of the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes 5-0. Lastly, our next regular city council meeting will be September 8th, 2021. Prior to leaving, there are cupcakes to honor Jen on her birthday this evening. I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Moved by Rob, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Travis. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you for your time. Hawarden City Council is adjourned.